Phoenix, a.k.a. Moto Phoenix and Godspeed. Hopefully we can get up here and link up with some of the big YouTubers that are going to be up at this event. And me and Godspeed just, having some good conversation, talking about the different motorcycle companies and their presence, in the industry. And we were on the topic of certain motorcycle companies having a presence in the motorcycle industry, or being a how should I say, a force, or just trending, just being something that people desire. We're kind of Honda heads, at heart, and Honda's just seemed like, even though they came out with the SP and I forget the other bike, but I think it's like a level up over the SP, but they came out with bikes. The couple bikes that are worth talking about are bikes that are out of reach out of most people's pockets. So
that RC213.
exactly, yeah. So with the bikes that we can get, they're great, bikes to ride around town with, but they're not, an S1000 RR. They're not, even the new Gixxer RR. They're not any of the, ZX10.
ZX10 RR.
I mean, like, the CBR 1000 RR is just not on the level of those other bikes. Horsepower or technology, when you think about it.
Now, just like you were saying earlier, when other motorcycle manufacturers, and since we're talking about Honda and leading into BMW, and for the car manufacturers, when they come out, like you said, taking heads. And Honda just hasn't done that. And like you also said, we are Honda heads at heart. I mean, see what we driving. See my car. And I mean, if you know me, you know the last bike I had was a Honda. But again, if you know me and really know me, because like I said in my International Motorcycle Show 2017 video, you know that I love Ducati. This is a 797, It's not meant to tuck, though.
It's not meant, no, it's meant for you to be up.
It's not meant to suck at all, And I guess you get a handlebar that makes it go up a little bit higher than that too. This handlebar, the brake of it isn't high.
No, it's not.
It's low. So this one actually feels a little bit more rough on my wrist than
because it's a lot lower.
Yeah. It's almost like, if you come and look at it, it's almost like clip-on status.
Yeah, no, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
I don't know, man. That joint is nice, though.
Of course. And Aprilia. That's me.
Yeah.
That's me. That's the dream bike. Aprilia RSV4. That is the dream bike. So, yeah. Can't wait. I know one day I'm going to be able to get my hands on one. So.
Especially that RF.
Yes, the RF. Yes, sir. So yeah.
We're headed up to Pennsylvania, and apparently Mr. Jared Campese is going to be there. So maybe we see him and Teens and Dotto and Dotto's wife, and see them and link up with them, and maybe they could tell us some more about that Ducati V4 he's got coming. That V4 seems like a monster.
And from what I've seen on YouTube, with different vloggers doing reviews on it, the ones that were able to do reviews on it out in Europe, I think 44 Teeth and I forget the other guys, but yeah, it looks amazing. From just what everybody's saying, the sound of it. I mean, Ducati never goes wrong with the sound of a motorcycle.
Right.
Never goes wrong. It looks amazing.
Now, even with the V-twins, they aren't going wrong with the power either.
Exactly.
And in MotoGP, they've been up there, you know, as far as power for the longest time.
Yep.
You know, so I guess some of that technology is trickling down.
It's definitely, I mean, it has to, and that's, if you're a manufacturer in today's time, you have to trickle down that technology down to us. That's what's going to help keep sales competitive. That's what's going to help, you know, keep the passion for that particular, you know, bike, or the brand. So, you know, when you're not trickling down that technology from the highest level, you know, the consumers, which is us, when we go out there and we trying to make a decision on, you know, what we want to buy or what we can buy, you know what I mean? I mean, you always go to your go-tos all the time. You know what I mean? Because, again, you want to buy something that's attracting you, you know, something that's new, something that you can see a company is progressing and not just, you know, giving you new color schemes every year, but the same performance, same, you know, suspension performance, the same engine performance, but, you know, just different colors. Now, the only one that I know was able to do that, and the bike was still kicking all the new bikes' butts for years, has been Yamaha, the R6.
Right.
You know, but even then, with the most recent R6, if I'm not mistaken, they did alter the engine a little bit. Not a lot, but enough to say that I did alter the engine. But even so, you know, that bike with the same everything was still winning, you know, races at whatever track it was at.
Right.
You know, out of all of the 600s. Just because it was just a good, you know, design from the beginning, how Yamaha did it. So, I just want Honda to, you know, come out with something that, you
and
know,
take back the throne.
Take back the throne. I mean, you know, in the 90s.
That we can afford.
The late 90s, you know, early 2000s, I mean, Honda was leading it.
Right, and in the early 90s, in 92, when they came out with the 900 CBR 900.
Yes, CR 900.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, that was it, and they turned everything around, and the Fireblade was on top.
It was on top. It has been on top for a long time.
And Honda just does this lazy thing where they come out with some type of innovation or something that shuts it down and puts them on top. Like in the car world, the S2000, me and you talk about that all the time.
Yes.
The S2000, as far as I know, still since 2000, the year 2000, the most powerful inline four naturally aspirated inline four since its inception, but they haven't capitalized on it and done anything else ever since. I mean, it was beautiful. Rear-wheel drive, Roadster.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That long nose.
They should have came out with a, well, they came out with the APC, right? But they should have came out with an R.
Right.
Why they haven't? So we're left to do all of the what ifs with that car. You know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, yes, that's good for us to have a passion for it, but at the same time, how you going to keep people passionate about your brand if you don't come out with what you were doing before? The NSX had an R, the TL had an R, the RSX has an R, Civic has multiple R's. You know what I mean? But that one don't have an R, so it's like...
And the S2000 is a monster.
It's a monster.
Right. Just like the
all by itself.
Just like the Acura TL super handling all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive.
The 6-speed, 300 horsepower, 305 horsepower one, exactly. V6 with 300 horsepower.
So I just think Honda needs to do better in the United States.
Yeah.
With brand. It's because it's only here. Everywhere else in the world, it seems like you know, they release their better product.
Right.
But it seems like here, though, we just get, you know, the family-friendly, you know, technology and bike or whatever. So that's my gripe, man. That's my gripe. I still love them. You know, if there's always an opportunity to own one, I still would run to that first.
Oh yeah, because I personally still want that 2017.
Me too.
CBR 1000. I mean, it's beautiful.
If I can get my hands on one,
right,
I would love it.
even though they didn't really do anything, they did pretty much nothing to the engine.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes that's smart.
Yeah.
Because if you got something that works, why mess with it? Put a couple of more horsepower on it and call it a day.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what they did.
And they did do a huge weight reduction, which helps with the handling and performance anyway. So, I mean, you know, it's not always about horsepower all the time, because obviously, or maybe not obviously, but a lot of people don't understand is, you know, it's not so much that a fast bike, you know, makes the rider. It's having the confidence of riding that bike fast.
Right. Right.
That's what makes you, you know, differ from the next rider. Because I can be on a Hayabusa or even what's the other one? The Monster Kawasaki.
ZX14, ZX14.
Either ZX14 or the H2. I can be on either one of those and be like, yeah, I'm faster than everybody on the street, but in a straight line you are.
Right.
What about when it comes to...
And that's on the street.
On the street.
Right.
What about when it comes to corners and the twisties and all this other stuff that, you know, you have to lean the bike, you have to turn the bike, you have to learn how to accelerate in and out of corners. You may not be that type of rider that can ride like that. You know what I mean? And I know there's different type of riders. A lot of guys just like to go straight line, speed. A lot of guys like, you know what I'm saying, to be on the twisties, you know, and carve it out. You know, that's their riding style. I just think a well-rounded bike or rider should be able to do all of those things kind of equally. You know, yes, you're going to have your favorite aspect of riding, you know, but I really do think that a biker should be well-rounded in all of those areas and not just one-dimensional.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So even with my my last bike, my 2004 CBR 1000, I mean, even back in 2004, before the mass centralization of weight and stuff, before that took over and became like a trend for motorcycles, the Honda, it's just something about that, and something about the ergonomics and the rideability of that Honda just made it a force to be reckoned with. And
I agree.
So I will give it to Honda for that, and those things are pretty much what's keeping our love for Hondas alive.
Yeah.
Right.
Most definitely.
But when it boils down to it, I'm a man. Benji, you a man. That man leanness and that manhood in us is gonna take over at some point, and babying Honda and saying, oh well, they're good in this aspect and they're better in this department than the other bikes. Doesn't have to be horsepower. After a while, that kind of gets old and complacent.
It's old and complacent.
So, where's the horsepower at, Honda?
Where's the horsepower?
Where's it at, bruh? Like, Ducati, let me tell you about Ducati. They had the V-twins, right? Or the L-twin. Back when I had first got into biking, L-twins and V-twins, as far as horsepower, just weren't there, as far as performance and horsepower. Now, Ducati's special because they had the desmodromic valve train with the lifters instead of the springs and stuff like that, and that's cool and everything. But they really just didn't have power. Like, I remember people in other motorcycle clubs, we would talk about different bikes, and when I brought up the Ducati, they would be like, oh man, that bike whack, just because it was slower than most other ones because they didn't have power. But when they came out with the 1098R, they stepped up the power. They stepped up the power substantially. And when the Panigale came out, Benji.
Yes.
Benji.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's like, if they could do it with the twin cylinder engine that has 2 less cylinders than you, Honda, and now they're breaking into the V4, why can't you? Everybody else has horsepower numbers pushing up in the 200s. I think KTM is probably the only one that's kind of like slagging and left behind. But even KTM
It's like 180,
is a good
right?
bike. Yeah, 185.
Yeah.
But Honda's with the new CBR, the new Fireblade 1000 that's doing what 189.
I believe so.
Yeah, something like that. Horses.
Yeah.
From the crank, that is.
From the crank, yes.
Now,
We don't care about crank numbers. We want
we
wheel.
want to the ground.
We want to the ground.
numbers.
On the ground numbers. That's what we can relate to.
So, I mean, Honda, just step it up for its Godspeed, for Moto Phoenix. You know, step it up, Honda. That's all we asking.
That's all we ask.
But now let's head to Pennsylvania. got a good tuck feel up against this tank. Getting on it, it doesn't feel too much slimmer than my CBR 1000 was, but like tucking down in it definitely feels good. That big can though, man.
Yeah, that's got it.
Big can.
That can's got it. This feels like the 600. This is light.
Or at least the 750.
Yeah, this is light. This could work.
Like, feel that tank. Feel that tucking with that tank.
Laying on this, man, that's fall asleep probably. Yeah, that's gotta go. Just for the looks. Just for looks, yo, that's gotta go.
Just for aesthetics. Combination of weight and power.
Yeah.
So, if anything for Suzuki, I would probably mess around with this, but I would still look like the average black guy on the Jixer.
Gotcha.
I can't do it just because of that. But look, I'm almost flattening.
Never say never though.
Wow, well, how much is it?
It's 13.
2018.
13. It actually looks a little smaller as far as physically look.
That's why I'm flat-footed.
Rider aids are always going to make you a better rider all the way around, because every single bike you're going to get on in the future is going to have rider aids.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So if you've never ridden before and you're starting with rider aids, you're ahead of the game.
But could you go backwards?
It's going to be real difficult.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be real. Like I started riding 80s Japanese air cruising line 4s when I was 19, because that's what I could afford for $600.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I needed to ride.
Yes.
And that was the only way I could get a bike. And there ain't no traction control, there ain't no ABS, there ain't no fuel injection. I mean, that's motors and wheels.
Yes.
Godspeed.
Yes.
You know, it's between you and him.
That's right. That's right.
As long as he's looking out for you and you're paying out, you're paying attention for you, you know, yeah, it's that easy. But yeah, traction control lets you not fuck up. Gotcha. Where it comes into my problem with it is the guys that are relying on it.
And that's my concern with, because again, I mean, if we're supposed to be practicing and evolving our skills.
That's right. That's why you start on 250s. That's why you start on 300s. That's why you start on 500s. So you learn how to move around a bike.
Yeah.
Move a bike around a turn.
Yeah.
Move a bike through traffic.
Yeah.
Move a bike around your parking lot.
Yeah.
You know, and then once you're confident there, that's when you step up to your 600.
Yeah.
That's when you step up to your 750 and your leader bikes. Yeah. Once you've mastered the basics, you know, you don't put up a boxer in the ring with George Foreman.
No, you don't.
You know, like that's not his first fight.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's the same kind of thing. You don't want to step in the ring with the heavyweight contender. You want to start with the guy that's just getting in the ring with you first too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's ready to at the same skill level.
Yes. Now, would you say the Honda versus any other bike is not so much more advanced technologically, but more, well, I guess it demands a more advanced rider over all the other bikes? So then, would that be a better choice when it came to like track riding?
Without the traction control, yeah, for sure. But again, with the traction control, yeah, I mean, I could put you on the S1000RR from BMW or the CBR 1000 from Honda, put you in rain mode, you're never going to wreck the thing. I mean, unless you're really trying to. It's never going to happen because it's rain mode. It's, all the nannies are on, all the traction controls are on. You can't wheel it. It won't happen. You can't do it. Try all day long. You never bring a front wheel on it. Flick it over to that dynamic and you're sticking up 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just, so for a new rider, I mean, they can totally buy a leader bike and ease into it. Yeah, just start in rain mode, stay in rain mode. Once you're comfortable in rain mode, flick it over to road mode. Get comfortable in road mode, and then flick it over to dynamic. Start getting comfortable on dynamic, you go spend the $25 at BMW, get the chip that plugs in under your seat, and now it's got no traction control. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's just, yeah. So there's advances, and it's just going to get more crazy. I mean, BMW started it, everyone else is playing catch up. Honda's new system is trumping the BMW system. It doesn't touch it in 5 years because they don't need to. Because they're not racing anymore. They don't have anything to prove yet. They beat the Japanese at their own game. They're done. They're on the bigger and better now.
Gotcha. All right, that answers my questions with that, because I always had like a gray area when it came to all of the traction controls and all the advancements. It's like, well, how can a rider get better, just practicing?
Right, that's right.
But I guess, that makes sense as far as with the aids there helping you.
Yeah, and then I mean, and to even put it in a different perspective, like Valentino Rossi, arguably the greatest motorcycle racer of all time, clearly debatable. But, that guy started on a 250cc two-stroke, or I'm sorry, a 125cc two-stroke race bike. No traction controls, no rider aids, none of that shit. Then he's into a 250. Now he's into a 500. Now he's riding the crazy, whatever it is the MotoGP is running right now, with all the rider aids and all the traction controls, and he's still winning. You know what I mean? So, like, good riders, the traction control makes you better riders. Riders that have no idea have no idea. So won't ever get an idea because all the nannies are doing it all for them. That's my opinion. I think any new rider's better off starting on a 250, 300, and learning and respecting that machine and learning how to beat their buddy on a 600 around a turn on their 300.